Hello again, everyone. Varel here, Flow Roofing out of Portland. And welcome back to our frequently asked question mini-series. This one is a doozy. Stand by. How often should gutters be inspected or cleaned in the Pacific Northwest? I'm so glad you asked. Gutters should be inspected annually or at the time of cleaning. And I think that if issues are found during the cleaning, suggestions will be made for such repairs or replacement needs. And the frequency of how much they're cleaned is going to be dependent on the tree cover of the building. We have property managers that are on a biannual cycle. We have some property owners that are on a quarterly cycle. We have some people that would tell them, hey, once a year is good for you, okay? Everyone is in a different place on the planet. No one occupies the same place as you. No one has the same tree cover as you. You have the same forest, but you might have a spruce or something that's 20 years older that's dropping way more needles than the other one next to your neighbors. Or maybe your neighbor's got deciduous leaves and you got the love a relationship of your fir needles, like your pines and your cedar cones, and you're thinking to yourself like, God damn it, Bill got lucky. Or did Bill get lucky with his deciduous leaves? I come from the Oregon coast. I believe that the fir needles are a necessary evil to the climate. Now, they're not ideal for roof care. They're not ideal for saving money on roof and gutter maintenance. I know. But in the Pacific Northwest, gutters may need to be cleaned multiple times. And in those cases, for people that are in their higher frequency zones, depending on where they're at in the region, it depends on your tree cover too. Like if you don't have any trees, you may never need gutter guard. You may never need a gutter cleaning either. So, excuse me, the mid and high-rise systems are way above the trees and will never need any sort of drainage clearing. I say that, but I've seen moss growing up there, so that's not 100% true. But for buildings below 4 stories, typically they're going to be impacted by the tree cover around them. And this is kind of beating a dead horse at this point, but the gutter cleaning cycle is going to be dependent on the amount of trees you have. Go figure. Again, welcome to the Gutter PhD mini course here. So gutter guards are not always appropriate. And I think I'll mention here again that you may be better off and have a lot less stress if you don't believe the hype of what these gutter guards are promising you, because they're not all designed equally. They're not all the same materials. They're certainly not all appropriate for the same type of tree cover or even different types of tree cover. There is no all-in-one solution. Don't believe what you see on TV. Don't believe anyone who's asking you to sign the same day for any sort of roof and gutter system that you haven't done your homework on. If you don't know the company, if they're not local, if you believe that you have a gutter or roofing need, and specifically relating to your tree cover, that system should be in your best interest. Gutters of any metal are not getting any cheaper, even though we saw that pump and dump of silver. Some of the metals did something similar, but cleaning your gutter system is going to be completely dependent on the type of tree cover. I had a previous video, I called out gutter guards in the way that we have eliminated the offering to folks or any suggestions of them when it's not 100% beneficial. And the only time a gutter guard is beneficial is when you have 100% deciduous tree leaves, which means that your maples, your alders, your oaks, I'm sure there's a bunch more, but those cover a vast majority of the leafy trees here in the Willamette Valley. So if you have a pine situation with a tiny needle-type debris, you may have to bite the bullet, because when you get gutter guards, you are trading one problem for another. It's basically a filter, and filters need to be cleaned. So you may not need to clean your gutters as often, because if you get a good enough guard when you have needles, which we don't push anymore, is all going to be dependent on how well you maintain the guard, the filter itself. And I'll tell you right now, any of these systems are about a 5 to 10 year ROI. So if you invest in the product, depending on the maintenance cycle of your property, also depending on the tree cover, you will not see a benefit generally. Even a DIY project, it's going to take time after you install it to see the ROI of you not having to clean your gutters anymore. So gutters may be necessary to maintain, even on the highest end, more frequently than quarterly. On the low end, probably at least once a year during the time of your roof inspection, depending on the height of the building and depending on your region with the amount of tree cover that you have. And that's all I got. I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.